Good evening, students. Today we will be seeing the new topic in third chapter, third unit is payment of Gratuity Act 1972. So, gratuity is an amount where a person at the time of his retirement he will be getting some benefits. That is actually they will be paid by the employer to the employee for the benefit for what he has done in the workplace. That is what gratuity is, a huge amount where in the coming slides I'll be showing how it will be calculated and all. It will be there in the coming slide. And so so cash normally. So the word gratuity, how it is being derived from the word is gratuitous. It means gift or a present. So, in Indian labor law, it was introduced in the year 1972. It has been made mandatory for all the companies to settle down with the gratuity, the person, for the employees, whoever is working in the organization. So, I told no, it is a lump sum amount made by an employer as the retrial reward for his past service when his employment is terminated or terminated is one term or retirement or he is resigning he has worked for some particular time period and afterwards he is resigning and that persons and all are eligible to get the gratuity amount. So the word gratuity was derived from the word gratuitous, which means it is a gift or a present, and it has been extended for to the full India. The persons overall, the applicable related fields are the persons overall working in a factory, mines, oil fields, plantains, port, and railway companies, and every shop or establishment in which 10 or more persons are working, no? So they are also eligible for getting the gratuity on the day of the preceding 12 months. So minimum, if any 10 or more persons are working in a company in that particular area means even that also it will be termed as a company or organization. So the persons who are working in that particular field, they are also eligible to get the gratuity amount. And this is the example, the pictures where all employees are working. So according to section 2E, the employee means any person is employed to do any skilled or semi-skilled or unskilled manual, supervisory, technical or clerical work. So here it will not be included any apprentice and all. And the wages, it will not be included any dearness allowance, but does not it includes sorry it includes dearness allowance, but it does not include any bonus, commission, house rent allowance, overtime wages, and any other allowances or not. It will not be included in this. Okay, so for any apprentice, they are not eligible to get any gratuity amount and all. And gratuity will be payable to an employee who has continuously worked for not less than 5 years. So on the termination of his employment or any on his superannuation or on his retirement or on his resignation or because of death or disablement due to any accidents or any disease. So in this slide, I'm clearly explaining that if an employee is working for more than 5 years in the organization, they are all eligible to get the gratuity amount, either of his termination of employment or any superannuation or because of his retirement or if he is resigning with more than 5 years of experience or because of his death or disablement due to any accident or any disease. These are all the persons who are eligible. Only one criteria is he should be have worked more than 5 years. That is the minimum eligibility. and the completion of continuous service for 5 years shall not be necessary when the termination of the employment of any employee is due to the death. So this is one condition is there. So completion of continuous of service is not required if the person is terminated or because of his death due to death or disablement. This there is one condition. And how they are calculating the gratuity is your last month, your last drawn salary divided by 26. So 1 month is actually is equal to 20 day, 26 into 15 into number of years in the service. Okay, that is what here they will be calculating. So for 15 days they will be calculating. So your last drawn salary is, say for example, your last drawn salary is 50,000 and 1 minute. So I'll calculate until. So your last drawn salary is 50,000 and divided by you're putting 26 into 15 into 15 days actually they'll calculate. So you will be getting 28,000 into 8 28,846. That is for 1 month. Say you worked for nearly how many years you put, say for example 10 years you worked. So you can put that into 10. So you will be calculating according to this. Okay, something around 3 lakhs you will be getting. Okay, like that and all you can calculate. And how they are calculating is, please understand your last drawn salary divided by 26. They will not take the number of days in a month as 30, they will be taking as 26 into 15 days they will be calculating, and into number of years of service, that is gratuity, and they'll be taking it for piece rate employee or daily wage employees alone. So the average of total wages received by him for a period of 3 months immediately preceding the termination of his employment, excluding over, they will not consider. Already we have seen overtime wages and all will not be considered here, and seasonal establishment at the rate of 7 days wage for each season they will be calculating, and maximum limit of 3,50,000 they will be giving, and higher benefits can be paid if the employer is deciding. So if they want to pay more than this means the employer can decide, okay, he has given lots of credits to our organization, more than the we can settle the amount to the employee, like that they can give, employer can decide. So this is actually calculation. And whether the gratuity can be withheld by the employer, yes, we can withheld, but there are some reasons. If he is caught in any problem, in any case has been filed and all, you can stop the gratuity. So if there should be any problem, wantedly you should not stop. If there should be some with proof, if you are showing, okay, the gratuity of an employee whose services has been terminated for any act, willful omission or negligence causing any damage or loss or any destruction of property belonging to the employer shall be forfeited to the extent of damage or loss so caused. So this and all you can do. So if say for that particular employee has created some any damage or loss to the or loss or any destruction to the property of that particular company, so they can be forfeiting the forfeited to the extent of damage or loss so caused, and the gratuity payable to an employee may be wholly or partially forfeited. So fully also we can do, or even partially also we can forfeit it. And if the services of such employee have been terminated means for his disorderly conduct or any other act of violence on his part, you can stop, no problem. And if the services of such employee have been terminated for any act, it will be committed by him the course of his employment, so they can stop. So from my practical experience, I have seen many few government employees, because of some issues their gratuity and all has been stopped, and they've gone to court for settlement of gratuity and all that also has happened. So power to exempt, no, the appropriate government, that is actually for us and all, it is state government if you are working under state government, central government if it is there, and any establishment or factory. So I am repeating, mines, oil fields, plantation, port, railway company, or any departments from the application of this by any notification. There will be some exceptions in this category, and so you can nominate from your family. You can nominate. So who has completed? So minimum eligibility to grade. So are you before 1 year you are not eligible to fill the gratuity form. After 1 year you are eligible to fill the gratuity form for to receive the amount of gratuity, and you can nominate. And in this nomination, an employee may distribute the amount of gratuity payable to him amongst more than one nominee. So if you are appointing one nominee means the employee can distribute overall the persons who are, even though is not nominated, he can distribute the amount to his other persons also. So he cannot nominate more than one person when he is nominating in that column. And he is not, if he is not a member of family means the person cannot in any situation, the person is dying, he has died in the worker, and a particular nominee is going to get the amount, and he is not the member of family means, so he cannot get the amount because he is not any family member uh, of the particular employee. So that becomes void again, and a fresh nomination in favor of one or more members of his family is required where he has not family at the time of. So if the employee is not having any family, so he can nominate, but he should nominate one or two persons while he is nominating. So one person is not eligible, one or two or more persons also he can nominate if he is not having any family. And if a nominee predecesses, no, if a nominee predecesses the employee, and the interest of the nominee shall revert to the employee who can make a fresh nomination. So if there is any, if that particular nominee is telling that I'll be taking the entire amount, so the employee can change the nominee and he can go for fresh nomination also. And every nomination, fresh nomination or alteration of nomination as the case may be, shall be sent to the employee to his employer, who shall keep the same in the safe custody. So if you want to change the nomination, or if you want to go for fresh nomination, so the employee should inform the employer, and he will be keeping it in his safe custody. So determination of the payment of the amount of gratuity is actually where so I'll tell my case itself. When I am where I was working in the previous college, when I've given my resignation letter and the resignation letter was accepted, and they told to give me the how many years I worked. They asked me. I told I have worked for almost 12 years, and they told to write a letter that to settle the we will be settling the gratuity. So I have written a letter to them. Please, I worked for so many years, and my I request you to settle the gratuity amount whichever I am eligible to get. So I should first write a letter. That is what written application to the employer, and the employer will determine the amount of gratuity and whether they have given notice in writing to the person to whom the gratuity is payable. Everything it will be they will be specifying the amount, and if so determined, and if the gratuity becomes payable, and whether or not an application has been made by the concerned employee, and within the 30 days, as soon as the letter, if I'm say for example I'm giving the letter on January 31st or say January 29th. So within 30 days, uh, the employer should settle down the gratuity amount for the employee. So they should be become payable within 30 days. And if any penalties means, they can also deduct. So knowingly making false statement or false representation to avoid to make payment means, so employer will be having the problem to face 6 months imprisonment and also fine up to fine up to 10,000 or both. Okay, both 10,000 you should pay the fine and also 6 months imprisonment. And if there is any breach means in complying with the provisions of this act, imprisonment for 3 months to 1 year, or with fine shall not be less than 10,000, and it will be extended up to 20,000 or with the both. So a non-payment of any gratuity imprisonment will be 6 months to 2 years plus fine. So for not paying the gratuity, so penalties are there for the employer. So this is what actually you should know about gratuity. So please understand, the person's first thing is the person who is working with minimum of 5 years of experience, they are eligible to get gratuity. So please understand. Okay. So thank you, students. In next class we will be covering minimum